The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome to TV1 News. I'm Carol Kido Jr.
And I'm Jasmine Nero. Join me later in the bulletin for sports.
In this edition, Aurora apologizes to ABG and its people, youth surrender illegal items, and Sports Talk 7 set for Easter. BSP ATMs, FPOS and online purchase services will remain operational throughout the Easter weekend, except for only 3 hours from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. on Friday, 7th April 2023. BSP Financial Group CEO Mark Robinson said to implement the new banking system safely and securely, the bank needs to switch off the old system and migrate banking records to the new banking system. This will require a series of planned downtimes, with some services being unavailable over the Easter weekend. Mr. Robinson said from 3 a.m. onwards on Friday, 7th April, ATMs, FPOS, and online purchase services will be available to customers to use. Customers will be notified on various platforms, including social media, the BSP website, and SMS Plus regarding the scheduled system implementation. Member for Iji Vitari David Arore has apologized to the people of the autonomous region of Bougainville for an incident that occurred during his travel in Buka recently. Arore said his sentiments were not meant to destroy or tarnish the ABG government, but a general observation of the Buka airport facility.
The autonomous region of Bougainville is a special province in the country that deserves careful treatment, especially from national leaders. Iji Vitari MP David Arore, in a media conference in Port Moresby, clarified that what transpired at Buka Airport during his travel to the autonomous region of Bougainville recently was misconstrued. He said his intention was to get the message across to the leaders to look into the airport facility and maintain it.
Personally left the airport and I went out. The others were there for the 3 or 4 hours. They were there in that shed on the other side of the airport. They were sitting down there and waiting. I left the airport. After I came back, they had to check my bag again. That's why I was intimidated and I made those comments. But if those comments, affected people, then I want to apologize to the people of Bougainville. I want to apologize to Bougainville Autonomous Government. I want to apologize to the people of Bougainville that I did not mean no harm. I did not mean bad. I meant that as leaders, we have to see the plight of our people and ensure that the infrastructure there, the terminal there is good for our people, to be conducive for our people to be able to sit down and to wait for the plane and to go to wherever their destinations are. So that was my intention.
The MP for Iji Vitari also mentioned that he is available for any investigation by relevant authorities to verify the incident. Commissioner of Police David Manning told the press this week that the matter will be probed because certain laws were breached during the incident. Meantime, President of the Autonomous Region, Ismail Toroama, in a statement said it is customary in every part of Papua New Guinea that you do not stand on the threshold of a person's home and insult them. He added that the comments by the Iji Vitari MP at the Buka airport were condescending and insulting to the government and people of Bougainville and very much unbecoming of a leader. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
Leader of the PNG National Party, Karen Gakua, said there are many underlying issues that is yet to be addressed by the government. Such incidents can trigger emotional reactions.
Kindness didn't come up. Old man look, sometimes it can trigger an emotional reaction. And it should, because we are all human beings. But at the same time, we should take stock of ourselves very quickly now, rationalize and understand that what is more important, the bigger, deeper underlying issues, or just the method blow one leader expressing thinking bell blame should be our concern. So tindim blomi also, let's stay focused on the bigger substantive issues. Government got commitment to help him, government of Papua New Guinea, autonomous government of Bougainville only too will take responsibility now, Logan planning good plan work, and that partnership over time, and we can carry planning good plan kai.
Over 300 youths surrendered illegal items in a church government initiative for Milne Bay province recently. The provincial administration says they are changing the approach to the spiraling law and order issues involving the youth.
Under the leadership of the current provincial government, the administration are employing a partnership approach to the situation, and Governor Gordon Wesley is adamant the province's problems can be solved using the province's own tailored solutions. Speaking at Mapamoiwa Station, headquarters of the West Ferguson local level government over the weekend, Governor Wesley says under his leadership, initiatives for change through target projects will be rolled out. The governor addressed more than 300 youths converged to surrender illegal items they had on them, including homemade guns, ammunition, homebrew contraceptions, and 2 approved marijuana plants. It was a resolve that began in January at a United Church crusade at Toagesi Ward. Milne Bay Provincial Police Commander Chief Inspector Benjamin Kua and Provincial Administrator Eshen Numa were on hand to receive the illegal items. PPC Kua thanked the youth for the gesture and assured they will work on processing them through the justice system as quickly as they can. Present for the occasion were all sector heads from divisions including commerce, community development, fisheries, agriculture, the public solicitor's office, education, and more to disseminate first-hand information on pathways forward where youth can be engaged to empower themselves. Mary Stella Kelleton, TVWAN News.
The Law and Order Chairman Edwin Migan has praised authorities in Port Moresby for arresting 3 Malaysian nationals carrying counterfeit money at Jackson's International Airport. Migan believes that the 3 Malaysians are connected to logging companies in the region and has called for an investigation into the incident. New Ireland's Acting Provincial Administrator and Forestry Enforcement Unit Chairman Moses Taram echoed these sentiments and announced plans to crack down on illegal activities at logging camps in the province, stating that anyone found to be facilitating in illegal business would be immediately deported. The National Fisheries Authority held a MOA presentation today with PNG Customs, highlighting the importance of government agencies working together to better serve the people of Papua New Guinea. Officiating in this important event were NFA Managing Director Justin Ilakini and PNG Customs Chief Commissioner David Toe. The Managing Director of the National Fisheries Authority, Justin Ilakini, and the Chief Commissioner of PNG Customs, David Toe, signed a Memorandum of Agreement today. The signing was held to highlight the importance of collaboration between government agencies in better serving the people of Papua New Guinea. Mr. Ilakini thanked Customs for the support in ensuring that NFA's work in the fishing industry is attended to and praised Customs for their accommodating approach, which has contributed to the growth of the processing sector in PNG.
And Commissioner, I'd like to assure you that we will work closely with you within the framework of this MOU to upgrade our system so that it also adds value to the work that you do, the important work that you do in generating the required revenue for the government that goes towards serving our people. So we will, through the framework of the MOA, we will definitely look at areas where we can add value to the work of the customs. And we'll always be standing by to assist you in whatever means and ways that we can.
In response, David Towe, the Chief Commissioner of PNG Customs, acknowledged the fruitful partnership between the two organizations and stressed the importance of collaboration in increasing their contribution to the economy. Towe also highlighted some areas where NFA and Customs could potentially collaborate, such as monitoring illegal fishing and transfers of taxable and non-taxable goods.
NFA plays a very important role in terms of our economy, and also acknowledge all the hard work that you do, MD, NFA, and the chairman and your executive management team. Really, we're now going through a downtime in our economy, and it's important that all of us need to work together to see where we can gain more value from our resources. And we in Customs, we want to partner with NFA and every other potential agencies that we can work with. So we believe that this partnership is very critical for both our organizations. And yes, we have worked together, but I think we need to elevate that partnership to a higher level, so we can continue to look at those areas that we need to have a closer look at.
Both Ilekini and Towe emphasized the need to elevate their partnership to a higher level to achieve their shared goals. Meanwhile, NFA Board Chairman Laurie William gave his perspective at the signing of the agreement, saying that the challenge for their team working in the board's space and board's office is to fully understand and implement the intent of the MOA they have recently signed. He believes that evidence-based policies are essential for the country to grow, and that collaboration and data-driven decision-making are critical components of achieving this goal.
And like the two gentlemen were saying, real data evidence form evidence-based policy, and I'm really happy that we've now done this MOE for us to collaborate more and move forward. We're all serving our country, you know, our stakeholder is our country and our people, so congratulations again.
Thank you.
I think we're going to, you know, work more. We've been talking when we got in the office about all of government approach. Yep. And moving the industry forward, especially in our space. So, and this is part of it. So thank you, everyone. Congratulations, and let's get to work.
This is TV1 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
All One Talks adds some excitement to your festivities with the Flame Easter Bonanza. Win a slice of a whopping 300,000 kina by purchasing the Flame Family Bundle Pack, which includes rice, sugar, flour and vegetable oil, all in one go. Highlight these goodies on your receipt and scribble your full name and contact details on the back, and pop it in the entry box in selected stores across PNG. 4 fortnightly draws, 100 winners, 3,000 kina each. You don't want to miss out. This promotion ends on the 31st of May. Flame, strength and energy. Terms and conditions apply.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Open lens.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trubla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
puts a kick in. For Melbourne, they're going to go in and score a try. Now Walker punches into the middle and gets it back to Keary. Oh, a big blow. Smith, Walker, Swaliki, backhanded pass, Paul over the catch, Roosters in the corner.
I love you very much.
Oh, look at her.
One, two.
What are you doing with Naren here in Rangali? Well,
Do you have any evidence, Magda? No one's going to believe a word you say.
What are you talking about? I heard what you said.
Your new flavor of the month? So nice.
Welcome back. Sonoma Adventist College in Kokopo, East New Britain will expand its early childhood program, equipping early childhood teachers with new and improved learning and teaching facilities funded through the Papua New Guinea Australia Partnership Incentive Fund grant. On Monday, 3rd of April, the 12.8 million kina project, the construction of a new library and early childhood education centre at the college, was launched by Minister Councillor Paul Lehman of the Australian High Commission and East New Britain Governor Michael Marum. The project will be completed later this year. The new Early Childhood Education Centre will allow the college to expand and improve the quality of its early childhood education program, enabling 15 students annually to complete their required practical training experience in early childhood education. The project also provided child protection training to 1,716 elementary teachers, with child protection now recognized as a formal subject at the college. Namatanai MP and Minister for Transport and Civil Aviation Walter Schnobbelt has recently concluded a week-long electoral visit in his electorate with the grand opening of the Hallis Primary School's new 6-in-1 model classroom building. The school, with a vivid history dating back almost 114 years to the time of early missionaries, is located few kilometers outside of Namatanai town, and it sits beautifully on a plateau overlooking the Namatanai Harbour in Ward 12 of the Namatanai local level government.
As a United Church Agency school, Alice Primary School is one of the oldest schools in New Ireland Province, established in 1909 by early Methodist missionaries. In the early days, it was known as Lookbook or Reading School. Gradually, the school grew and changed over time to a primary school status in 1997. Namatanai MP and Minister for Transport and Civil Aviation, Walter Schnobbelt, when speaking during the official launch of the 6-in-1 classroom, commended the church and the school board for the partnership in making education a priority. Schnobbelt said he is keen in building two each of the 6-in-1 model classrooms for the 6 LLCs of Namatanai district, including Central New Ireland, Namatanai, Namamar, Matalai, Konowagil, and Tanir. He named the new 6-in-1 classroom building as Butut Building in honor of the late Reverend Robinson Butut. Namatanai LLG President Joshua Soy, in the presence of the MP and New Ireland Regional Bishop Stanley Lavoie, was given the honor to cut the ribbon to officially open the red-colored 6-in-1 classroom building solely funded by the Namatanai District Development Authority at the cost of 1.5 million kina.
Ora members lo yumi lo DDA board me bana ikat hona lo kate pripon tete long time 10:45 the 31st long moon March 2023 and 23. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray!
Snowbelt further announced major economic impact projects for the district that will soon come on stream and create employment opportunities for the local people, including fish processing plant, large-scale poultry, megas plantation agriculture, industrial park, biomass power plant, and air transport services. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The very first cohort of 140 early grade teachers in the autonomous region of Bougainville have undergone a 3-day intensive standard-based curriculum Bilum Books training program. The course, delivered by Bilum Books with funding from the Partnerships for Improving Education program through the PNG Oz Partnership. Early learning teachers like Deborah Harong and Lillian Raphael, who attended training, have been improved literacy and numeracy outcomes for their students. Both teachers have benefited from past investments in building the capacity of early grade teachers through the Papua New Guinea-Australia Partnership. They have seen that women who attend the training strengthen their teaching capabilities in the early grades. PNG's first ever amusement train is attracting more customers at the Rangeview Plaza. Since the introduction of the playground in December last year and the amusement train 2 weeks ago, it has dramatically increased the foot traffic into the plaza. This is the plaza's marketing avenues to increase children and families, and it has done just that.
The first of its kind in PNG, the new amusement train in Rangeview Plaza is a triumph addition to the plaza as it is attracting more customers. Facilities manager Koreni Ure mentioned that this is the plaza's marketing avenues to increase children and families, and it has done just that.
The train features, it's electrically charged and it has a runtime of 8 hours, and it comes with inbuilt cameras for safety reasons, and has a 2 6-seater cabin for kids to hop on. The train comes with lighting features, music, loud hood, smoke features. However, we cannot let go of the smoke due to safety reasons.
Since the introduction of the playground in December last year and the amusement train 2 weeks ago, it has dramatically increased the foot traffic into the plaza.
And the train runs around on level 1 of the retail area of the plaza from 2:30 up to 9 when the plaza closes. To all parents out there, please bring in your kids, let them experience this amusement train, which is the first in PNG, in a very safe and secured environment like Rangeview Plaza. Bring in your kids, let them experience it, and I'm sure they'll be keeping you here for hours.
The train is a 12-seater and is for the ages 3 to 12. The train rides are free for all kids. The train will run from Monday to Sunday weekly, except for Tuesdays. Jasmine Nero, TVWAN News.
Medang Forest Resource Owners Association, Inc. received a financial grant from the United States Agency for International Development PNG Lookout Ground program to help empower women and improve village-level natural resource management practices in Medang Province. MFROA's project manager Taksei Dobon recently signed the grant agreement on behalf of the association in Medang in the presence of representatives from the USAID LGP MFROA board members, forest-owning community representatives, youth and female representatives, staff and volunteers. Mr. Dobon said the project will empower rural women and youth into forest biodiversity conservation and income generation through honeybee farming and other agricultural land use systems. MFROA will use the grant from March 2023 to May 2024 to collaborate with the communities of Ambaruk, Upinint, Astangu, Itarangu, and Iraruk in Medang's Middle Ramu district to provide training in conducting biodiversity surveys, gender awareness and female empowerment approaches, agricultural techniques, market access skills, project management, institutional capacity building, and sustainable eco-friendly livelihoods. After the break, a look of what's making news in the region.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
Open nets. Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
It's smile o'clock. It's smile o'clock. Gotta brush our teeth. Time o'clock. Did you have a nice day? Real good. Hanging out in the neighborhood. Had some dinner, now it's time to relax. Put on some PJs after taking a bath. Wanna read a story, but look, it's smile o'clock. Gotta brush our teeth. Time o'clock. Before it gets late, yeah, all of us. Everybody's happy when we brush. Yeah. Smile o'clock. Smile o'clock. Time o'clock. So brush.
TVWAN Fever. Round floating ball, Blake Sevo, there it is.
All right, big kick coming up.
Oh, here's the intercept. Got his eyes on the throw line, no one's going to catch him. Shut the game. Now the fullback, Mariah, a miracle pass on the outside, the bench is caught. Backwards, they play on him, inside ball, to a Picky, lightning speed. Punching and rolling for simple nothing. He sees the checkered flag, it is victory at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
With Tony Arbolino taking his second win in the last 3 Grand Prix.
Handball is good. Away goes Oya. It's a kick. It's a goal.
Welcome back. And in regional news, almost 1 million people are expected to attend the Sydney Royal Easter Show once gates open to the public tomorrow morning. Reporter Courtney Barrett-Peters visited the showgrounds early this morning before the start of the 12-day event.
The final preparations here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show are well underway, with the finishing touches being placed right now. People can expect 12 days full of fun, food and festivities. Showgoers can expect all the classic show favourites, from the thrill of show bags and squeal-inducing rides to hundreds of baby animals and fresh produce. Some 900,000 people are expected to line the streets of Sydney Olympic Park as they make their way through the rides of Sideshow Alley and the tasting plates of the food halls. It's also an opportunity for children from the state's regions to come together and share their passions for agriculture in the city. These Speckle Park cows have already attracted quite the spectacle. What are you most looking forward to at the show?
Probably just having fun with the cows, getting them ready for the show, having some fun.
And what do you like most about cows?
Probably because they're just nature and I love nature and they're just really beautiful animals and I like them.
The Rooftop Express show is set to make its debut this year and will see some abstract horseman stunts. The traditional wood chopping and yard dog demonstrations are also looking to be a crowd favourite. There's really something for everyone at this year's Sydney Royal Easter Show, and I think the animals right here behind me are a little bit more excited than the children back at home to get their show bags.
Travellers across Victoria and South Australia are being warned of a rise in Japanese encephalitis cases ahead of the Easter long weekend. As many as 1 in 100 cases, people exposed can develop serious illnesses, according to new research.
We're seeing a number of mosquito viruses right throughout South Australia and in parts of the state where they would not normally be. One of those is the Japanese encephalitis virus, and new research does show that the virus can infect a large number of people in the area where the mosquitoes do carry the disease. Those who do get Japanese encephalitis virus, it is estimated that about 1 in 100 people will develop an illness which can include a serious infection of the brain. And of those who do sustain a brain infection, the death rate is typically about 20 to 30%, while up to half of cases will develop a long-term neurological disability. South Australian authorities are urging people to take precautions, particularly as we are heading into the Easter weekend with many families going away for the holidays. Other viruses like the Murray Valley encephalitis have also been detected in the north of Adelaide around Clare, while the Barmah Forest and Ross River has been detected in Elliston to the west of the state. SA Health have said that people shouldn't assume that they have immunity from mosquito-borne viruses, even if they have had a vaccine. It's not just South Australia that needs to be careful. Japanese encephalitis has also been detected along northern Victoria and along the Murray River as well. People are being advised to limit their time outdoors during dawn and dusk, to wear long clothing and also to wear insect repellent.
One of Brisbane's oldest community orchestras turns 50 this year, with some of its members playing a key role for nearly half a century. They say making music keeps them young, and the science suggests they may be right.
Every Monday night, this church hall fills with the sounds of the Brisbane City Pops Orchestra. They're rehearsing for their 50th anniversary concert, and Rita West has been there pretty much from the start.
47 years, they say time flies when you're having fun, and so it has.
Ms. West has played the violin since she was 7. She's about to turn 86.
I definitely don't feel like 86. I never ever wanted to be the eldest in the orchestra, but here I am.
Her fingers still fly.
You've got these notes on the page and they fly past, going and each one has a little arrangement of your fingers or your lips. It's a very, very mentally active activity.
Aisha Eastoff says it's a healthy challenge.
I think it keeps me young, it keeps my brain active.
Playing an instrument is a mental workout, exercising almost every part of the brain. Research has found it enhances and preserves cognitive function, helping keep the orchestra of the mind in tune.
It's really great for your motor control, so just fingering the instrument.
It also can help to ward off dementia, and even if dementia begins or Alzheimer's begins, music is a wonderful therapy.
Simply listening to music has benefits.
That nostalgia is that you are literally transported to your younger you.
The orchestra is on a mission to recruit younger players and perhaps keep it going for another half century.
I would keep playing for the rest of my life.
A Sydney jury has found former NRL star Jared Hayne guilty of sexually assaulting a woman in her bedroom more than 4 years ago.
35-year-old Jared Hayne pleaded not guilty to 2 charges here. There were 2 counts of sexual intercourse without consent, and it all related to his meeting with a woman in the outskirts of Newcastle on the weekend of the 2018 NRL Grand Final. Now, the Crown case was that Jared Hayne went to her house where he sexually assaulted her, and the Crown said 2 forms of sexual activity involved. They said it was digital and oral penetration. And the prosecutor said the woman was saying no throughout that time. But Jared Hayne's case was that everything that happened in her bedroom was entirely consensual, and he also said that an injury caused to the woman in the course of that activity was completely by accident. We've heard today, though, that the jury has disagreed with his side of things. They have found him guilty on both of those counts of sexual intercourse without consent. It took the jury about a week to reach those verdicts, even though on Monday we heard a note from them in which they told the judge they were having difficulty reaching unanimous verdicts. They've obviously been back in the jury room thrashing out the issues and have come to unanimous verdicts on both counts now. We've heard in court this afternoon that Jared Hayne has about 2 more nights of freedom left before a potential detention application by the prosecution, which we understand is going to happen on Thursday. Well, Jared Hayne certainly made his opinions quite clear about this result. When he learned his fate and he heard that word guilty from the jury foreperson, he shook his head quite visibly in court. And then when the judge went out of the room for a short time, he went up to his partner in the public gallery and hugged her, and we heard him refer to the result as a disgrace. Outside court later, when he came outside and faced an enormous media pack wanting to get his thoughts, he said he was devastated by this result. It remains to be seen, Gemma, whether he will appeal this result, but you'd have to say that that is a possibility. Of course, this matter has a very long history. It's the 3rd time he has faced a trial over these allegations. On the first occasion, he was found that the jury couldn't reach a verdict and it was a hung result. On the second trial, there was 2 convictions, but then Jared Hayne won an appeal in the Court of Criminal Appeal. So it remains to be seen whether there will be another appeal in this instance, but he's certainly made his opinions quite clear that he's been left quite devastated by this result today.
And that ends the news segment. Taking us to the break now is the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. And that ends the news segment. Jasmine Iru will be back after the break with sports.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in Milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in Milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia! Prime PNG made.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell rice.
Skell life.
It's the fabric of our state, a state bound by one dream, one colour, one team.
And the battle resumes. Right on the money.
It's on in the back line.
It's on. There are punches. The Magic Man from Newcastle.
Well, folks, after literally years of negotiation between the fan and the management of Steve Menzies, we have secured the great man for the show. Welcome to the Fan.
This is all going through my head, and then all of a sudden he passes it back. Oh, my God.
Today we have enlisted the help of Panthers co-captain and superstar halfback.
When you've kicked it well, you usually know, and especially on the chip kicks, I usually know.
Thanks to Nathan Cleary, invaluable insight for the fans out there, for the kids out there.
Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon.
Was I here last night?
Yes.
You're sure?
Hugo thinks he's a pro settling scores.
Trafficking, Vincent Sierra. I can't keep doing your job for you. Who is this? You're too slow to make them pay. What they did to children, they're not doing anything about it. He's taking out the traffickers that we couldn't.
Memory. Premiered Saturday, April 8th, 9 p.m. on HBO.
Welcome back. A total of 54 teams in Open Men, Under-20 Boys and Open Women are confirmed to complete for the 6th edition, the New Power Sports Talk Sevens Tournament Cup, set for this Easter long weekend. And for the first time this year, the tournament is putting up various major cash prizes valued up 90,000 kina. The two-day event will be hosted at iconic Santos National Football Stadium from the 7th to the 8th of April.
54 teams will converge at the Santos National Football Stadium this Easter weekend for the 6th edition of the New Power-sponsored Sports Talk Sevens tournament. It will kick off on Good Friday, culminating in the Bowl, Plate and Cup finals on Saturday, with major cash incentives up for grabs valued at 90,000 kina. 2022 Sports Talk Sevens Cup holders Black Orchids of Arab and runners-up Nova of Port Moresby will be in the mix again this year, vying for the silverware. A total of 24 teams been confirmed for the men's open, 10 open women and 20 for the under-20 boys. At an official Sports Talk Sevens announcement yesterday, franchise manager Benson Upas, flanked by New Power CEO Michael Iuari and Tournament Director Joe Kautu, once again acknowledged and thanked New Power Limited for coming on board again this year to support the event, their second year running. Upas also pleased to announce there's a fair representation of teams from NGI, Momase and Southern regions this year.
Once again, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our platinum sponsor, New Power, to come on board again. It's just lifted the standard of the tournament for us to first time host it at the Santos National Football Stadium for the 2 days. It'll be live stream. The live screen will be on. We have 24 men's team, 20 under-20s team and 10 female teams.
The presence of major sponsor New Power CEO Michael Uari at yesterday's media conference was testament to reaffirming the company's continued commitment to supporting and adding value to the lives of young boys and girls through sports. New Power is also sponsoring 2 Hiri West teams, men and women, representing the project area.
It's very important in keeping our young men and women actively engaged in sports and also promoting rugby's values. Those are very important to us. It is a CRU event, Capital Rugby Union, so a lot of the support's coming from CRU, so we'd like to acknowledge their contribution to match officials and various other support.
Tournament Director Joe Kautu said a total of 8 teams coming from outside of Port Moresby, which is again a big boost for the tournament, including defending champions Black Orchids of Arab and Lay Maki team PC Ravens.
8 teams coming from outside, 3 from West New Britain. Hopefully they all turn up. Bielasaur is already here. We have Hoskins Kennels and Patuki Warriors coming. Black Orchid as well. Karibu Ganas of Bedeng, 1 team from Bedeng. Lay, the PC Ravens are coming back. The Heroes got 2 teams coming in. Torio Bounties and Enzo Chiefs. So we've got like a total of 8 teams from outside centers coming in to take part this year. So, you know, it's a good boost for us, our tournament as well.
This year's Sports Talk 7's total prize money is valued at 90,000 kina. That's 15,000 kina each for both men's cup winners and the women, while 10,000 kina for both runners-up, 8,000 kina for the plate and 6,000 kina for the runners-up, and 4,000 kina for the bowl and 3,000 for the runners-up. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Oro provincial capital Popondetta will come alive this Easter weekend when it hosts the National Touch Championships set for April the 7th to April the 10th at the Robinson Oval in Popondetta town. The official ceremony is scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday, the 6th of April. A total of 17 associations affiliated to PNG Touch Federation, including for the first time a team from Australia, the Brisbane Paya, both men and women, are attending this year's tournament. Oro Provincial Administrator Trevor Magay, who is also the patron of Popondetta Touch Association, hosting the national championship, said the opening and closing ceremony is sponsored by Ijivitari MP David Arore, who will officiate in these events. Trevor Magay said Oro Provincial Government supported with 500,000 kina and Popondetta District Development Authority with 300,000 kina, a co-funding of 800,000 kina. Magay, on behalf of PTA, thanked Oro Governor Gary Jufa and Popondetta MP Richard Masere for the generous gesture to transform and develop human resources development through sports in the community and province. Popondetta last hosted the championship was in 2003, 23 years ago. Port Moresby Soccer Association competition continued week 2 of its pre-season games over the weekend at the Bissini Ovals. 55 teams are currently competing in the 6 weeks competition, comprising 40 men's teams and 15 women.
While most sporting codes had to cancel all scheduled matches for Sunday due to Saturday's heavy downpour in the nation's capital, Port Moresby Soccer pushed on with its pre-season games at the Bissini Fields. POM SA Games Coordinator Peter Lapsey said while they would run 8 matches concurrently each day on 2 ovals, a total of 16 games per weekend, however, for last Sunday, they were forced to scale down on the number of games to 4 in each oval due to Saturday's heavy rain, which impacted the condition of the field. Lapsey explained that the main reason being they wanted to complete all games by this Easter weekend before the season proper starts. However, that is yet to be confirmed by the executive of POM SA in due course.
16 games, 8 upside, 8 upside, but for today, this afternoon, we canceling 4 games on both sides, which is about 8 teams here. Total of 16 team only no pilay this morning because condition lo field. So the remaining 4 games lo it's ground, and me larim running up lo finishing lo. All idea was me play less lo dragging me preseason go longer, so we just try to cut the number of games down. Now, hopefully by Easter weekend, we should get all our games done.
Moving forward, the coordinators said the season proper will again feature 10 teams in each division: Premier Division, First, Second, Fourth Division and Women's Division.
Isla decision lo side lo conclusion lo preseason, and by Starland lo games committee are looking na one time all decide lo mipla, but hopefully by Easter weekend we should finish all our pool games. And lo understanding lo milo running competition. So lo finals and by Starland lo all the committee lo games na looking one suitable time lo mipla running finals lo mipla, and then mipla carry on lo proposition lo mipla lo 2023.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
And that ends the news tonight. Over to you, Carol.
Thank you, Jazz. Before we go, remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.